Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sleep Pharmacy. I am your host, Dr. Chizuko Nakayama. I am a pharmacist and a researcher of traditional Japanese herbs. Recently, in early May, we celebrated 88ya, which is the traditional 88th night of spring, the peak season for harvesting green tea in Japan. I have been busy visiting many beautiful tea farms, including the historical fields in Uji. While walking through the fields and talking with the tea farmers, they all told me the exact same thing. They said, "Chizuko, you must remember that before tea became a daily drink, it was always powerful medicine." So tonight, I want to take you on a journey through time to look at the grand history of Camellia sinensis, the tea tree, and how it eventually became the world-famous matcha we love today. Our story begins thousands of years ago in ancient China, where tea was first discovered not as a beverage but as an antidote. According to legend, the divine father of Chinese medicine, Shenlong, was tasting hundreds of wild herbs to find their healing properties. Whenever he accidentally ate a poisonous plant, he would chew on tea leaves to detoxify his body and save his life. To the ancients, the tea leaf is a magical, life-saving herb. As the centuries passed, this medicinal plant actually split into two completely different paths across Asia. The first path stayed close to its ancient roots as food and a remedy. In the freezing cold regions of Mongolia and the high mountains of Tibet, people compressed tea leaves into a hard, heavy bricks. They would break off a piece of this brick tea, crush it, and boil it with salt, milk, and butter to make a rich, savory soup. For nomads who lived on meat and lacked fresh vegetables, this tea soup was a vital source of vitamins and minerals. Even today, they drink this salty tea to survive the harsh winters. But in central China, tea took a second path, the path of high culture and art. In the 8th century, a brilliant man named Lu Yu changed everything. He wrote the world's very first book about tea. He looked at the heavy, salty tea soup of his time and said, "Stop adding ginger, onions, and salt. Let us enjoy the pure, natural aroma of the tea leaf itself." Thanks to him, tea transformed from a bitter medicine into an elegant art. By the 12th century, this elegant tea culture evolved into something that looks very much like modern matcha, but with a surprising twist. Back then, people ground the dried tea into a fine powder, poured hot water over it, and whisked it vigorously with a bamboo whisk to create a rich foam. This is exactly how we prepare matcha today. But here is the amazing secret. While our modern matcha is vibrant green, the most luxurious high-end tea in ancient China was actually pure white. Emperors and monks would whisk this white tea in black ceramic bowls and play games to see whose foam lasted the longest. It was during this exact peak of white tea culture, in the year 1191, that a famous Japanese monk named Eisai changed the history of Japan forever. Monk Eisai traveled to China to study Zen Buddhism. When he returned to Japan, he brought back not only the teaching of Zen, but also Zen tea seeds and the art of whisking powdered tea. Eisai wrote the very first book about tea in Japan, and right on the first page, he wrote, "Tea is the ultimate medicine for nurturing life." He planted those precious seeds, which eventually spread to Kyoto and Uji, growing into the magnificent green tea fields I visited this month. If Monk Eisai had not brought those seeds and that whisking culture to Japan, the beautiful tradition of matcha might have disappeared from the world, because China eventually stopped drinking powdered tea. In our future episode, I promise to take you further down this road to show you how this white ancient tea transformed into the beautiful green matcha we know today, and how it evolved into a spiritual Japanese tea ceremony. But for now, we will pause our time travel and return to our modern spring fields. Until next time, remember the wisdom of the old farmers. Every cup of tea you drink is a gift of ancient medicine. You can find my own selected matcha and traditional green teas grown with love in Japan in my shop. Please check the link in the description below to taste this history. Stay wise, stay healthy, and have a peaceful night. Good night.